So hello everybody and welcome to Design the Realist Philosopher. This is the Realist Philosopher Show. So how y'all doing today? Hope you're all doing good, fine, and well. I've got myself a big giant thermos of coffee here. Got myself a big jug of water. I'm ready to stay hydrated, keep hydrated, and keep juiced up on caffeine. So I'm good to go, baby. So in this episode, I wanted to review the recent release of that goofball, cringy guy by the name of Joshua Moon. I believe he's the owner-operator of Kiwi Farms. It's a dying site with a dedicated following, but the following doesn't grow. They don't really get new followers. Anybody new that goes on Kiwi Farms, unless they're bland, mundane, and more boring than the people that are already there, they'll get chased off for having takes that are better than the already dedicated native population there. It's not really a good place. It's not somewhere you want to spend a lot of time. But it is a good place for cringy, out there, nutty, weird stuff. And a lot of people post that kind of stuff there, and there seems to be a new trend where exes, ex-girlfriends of moderately popular YouTubers go online on Kiwi Farms and complain about their exes, because that's how you get famous. If you're a woman, you ride a man's coattails and take anything you find out about him that's cringy or embarrassing, or it can be hyperboled into something cringy or embarrassing, or presented in a way, shape, or form that is cringy or embarrassing, where you will then present it, and then you'll get some internet clout, fame, attention, validation, which is what these, borderline personality disorder broads want. But anyway, this Joshua Moon is taking advantage of that by interviewing two of these broads, one by the name of Katie, and one by who calls herself Sacramento 89. The 89 is no reference to her birth year, by the way. And they are posting about their relationships with Turkey Tom. One of them dated him for, actually, I don't recall. Bad memory. Let's just jump right into the video and hear it from the horse's mouth. As it were. Okay, so here we've got a screenshot for the video. So it's just audio. The guy Joshua Moon, he's too much of a coward to show his face. Big shocker. He's a tough guy at Kiwi Farms, though. Banning people left and right for not using the multi-quote feature or posting videos of their own content. Unless you're famous, then you can post all the stuff you want, or if he wants to hear from you and want you to be contributing like these BPD broads, then they can post all they want, no multi-quote needed, all the videos they want, or even unrelated videos that don't matter. So not a lot of consistency there. Another reason why that site is dying, stagnant. But anyway, let's begin.
Hello, everybody. I'm having a conversation today with Sacramento, who has been posting on the Kiwi Farms about Turkey Tom, and Katie, who is her friend, who also has known Turkey Tom and is.
And by the way, I'll post a link to Sacramento's posts on Kiwi Farms, from her first post to her latest in the description. She's the latest squeeze of this guy, the most recent one to break up with him.
Also posting on the forum. So, just to get right into it, we're going to...
How cringy. The farm. Like referring to yourself in the third person.
I'm going to talk to Katie at first, and I'm just going to ask that she tell whatever she wants to say from when she met Tom all the way up to when they stopped.
Tell whatever, you mean say whatever she wants to say? Well, this guy's not a good speaker. He wants to be like an internet clout personality, like Kino Casino or Turkey Tom. Dude, stick to just, owning and moderating a website. You're not even good at that, but, at least you're making some money off that,
Knowing each other. And then
you're terrible at this.
We'll hear from Sacramento. Okay. So, Katie, hello.
Hi. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Nice voices, by the way. I'll give them that.
I think everything's fine. I already messed up my audio, but I think it should be fine. Okay, so
amateur.
How'd you meet Turkey Tom?
I met him on Instagram in late 2023.
Is that how young people meet now? Instagram? It's like a dating site, I guess. Should I be on there? I don't know. I'm not really that interested in too old. I don't care.
Started liking my stories, and then he followed me on Instagram, and then
I think this is the broad that looks like Belle Delphine. Yeah, I bet people liked your stories.
And I think he DM'd me first and just like swiped up on one of my stories and was like, pretty. And I was like, oh my God, Turkey Tom. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's all about clout for her. Yeah.
And then we just like started talking, like flirting back and forth. And then,
oh my God, this is so crazy.
Quickly, he was like, wanted to fly me out. And then, am I going too fast? Or like, I feel like
no, you're fine. But
by the way, it's pretty pathetic. If you have to fly some broad out, I mean, unless you're like a sultan in Saudi Arabia, you're pathetic. That's pathetic. Okay, how desperate are you?
Okay.
If I want to interrupt, I'll just ask. Like, for instance, how long was it between?
That's not a flex. I was flying broads out. Translation: I had to buy their love, affection, and attention. Gotcha.
He swiped on Instagram to, hey, I'm going to pay to fly you out to wherever.
Yeah.
I met him like probably December of 2023, and then by January 2024, I was flown out.
Jeez.
So like a month, not even.
Jeez.
Okay. And would you say, did it feel serious? Did it feel like just like a hookup, or?
I mean, I'm not dumb, so you can never really tell with an internet personality or something if they're like trying to date you or whatever. And so I like went there with like no intentions of like thinking that he was gonna like try to marry me or anything like that. But he was like very like he not to, I hate the term like love bomb, but he's a like love bomb for sure. Was like hella affectionate, but also like beating me. But
hella affectionate. The way these kids talk these days, like
during sex, but otherwise would like sit there and like compliment me and like be affectionate and like took me to like shoot guns and ice skating and stuff.
Shoot guns, okay.
And so I couldn't really tell if there was something from it, but I could tell he liked me more than just like a hit and quit. Because then,
how can you tell that? But yeah, he likes you. That's not a compliment, by the way. I mean, he likes the poon, maybe. Maybe you're good in the sack. That doesn't mean he likes you specifically. And by the way, isn't he kind of hitting it and quitting it? He's just flying you out there and then flying you home. You're literally a hooker. Sort of, kind of, yeah.
I did end up seeing him again.
Yeah.
Okay, so
low quality broads.
In that month, when you say love bombing, was it like I love you, or was it like, oh, you're so pretty and just?
This is just sugar daddy shit, by the way. Flies her out, buys her crap, takes her to nice places, and does cool, exciting, fun things with her. Oh, we went go-kart racing and gun shooting and ice skating. Yeah, you're a prostitute, sweetheart.
Like giving lots of compliments.
After I saw him the first time, after that, he started being like, I love you. Like, you're so awesome. Like,
oh, wow.
The other girls aren't like you. Like, this is...
Yeah, he's telling you what you want to hear, so you'll keep hitting it. So he can keep hitting it. And hitting you, it seems.
It's perfect.
Allegedly.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Okay. So,
but before meeting him, he would just, like, compliment me a lot and stuff.
Simp, yeah.
And so you came over. How long did you stay?
Part simp, part wife beater. I think a lot of simps hate women, by the way. They just say what they think they got to say to get laid. Yeah. I think as many hate him as, worship him. But anyway.
About, I would say like 5-ish, like 5 or 6 days.
Okay. It's a pretty good trip. And
5 or 6 days at his place? Wow. Don't you have a job, honey?
Do you mind telling me where you're from and where his place is? Like what state?
So at the time I was living in San Francisco, California.
Oh boy.
So okay. I was flying literally across the country to Portland, Maine.
Wow, it's expensive ticket.
So it'd be like literally an entire day of flying.
Do you think you got her first class, business class, or economy? I don't know.
Yeah, I imagine. So it's probably like a what, 10-hour trip in total?
At least, yeah, for sure.
Okay. So then after 5 days, I guess you flew back, and did you guys stay in contact?
Yeah, after the first time I flew back, we stayed in contact, and he was like calling.
By the way, how could she or any broad think this is serious when she lives on the other side of the country and every time they want to see each other, he has to fly her out? How could that possibly be serious, and how could he ever see you as a potential girlfriend? Long-distance relationships don't work, sweetheart. Ever.
Me a lot, and then that's when I got the 2 videos of him saying night rape and talking about like holding me down and the whole Game of Thrones elf thing.
Game of Thrones elf spin? There ain't no elves in Game of Thrones, honey. What are you talking about? For strange.
And
Okay, that's a bit much. Hold up.
Sorry.
How long ago was this, and how old were you two when this happened?
So I'm 23 now, so I was like 21. I think like 21 at that time, or about to be.
Mm.
And he was
He's
same
my
age?
age also. Yeah, he's like 21.
Okay. Cool.
Mm.
So then you guys were apart, and these were when you got the voicemails. In particular, one that you mentioned. It was that like. Let me rephrase that. Did it feel like it was a exclusive?
Moon, you gotta stick to just being a goofball, cringy, control freak moderator on Kiwi Farms who stifles posting to such an extent that nobody new wants to join your site and it stagnates. Stick with that, pal. You're no good at interviewing people or broadcasting in any way.
Thing after you went back to San Francisco? Did it feel like this is a relationship and we're not seeing other people now?
Not fully that it was a relationship, but definitely,
Joke.
the term situationship, something like that,
yeah,
where like it did seem like we were exclusive, especially with the way he would like talk, like
Okay.
at that point.
Seemed like it.
And
What is she, retarded? Sweetheart, you live on the other side of the country. A 5-hour plane trip or something. Would it be 5 hours? I guess if you include security and, pat downs and everything. You don't know what he's doing. Exclusive. Get out of here. Dope.
so I wouldn't say, because that's what like, I wouldn't say we ever dated. We were more just like a fling, because he never like asked me to be his girlfriend straight out.
Lots
And then,
of
but
likes.
like, he also
Like.
he would
Like.
tell me he wasn't having sex with other girls and stuff.
He's lying to you, like.
Okay. So it was during this break where you were receiving like voice messages from him. And I remember the one that really stuck out is he said, it's very awkward. I'm going to try to give him the benefit of a doubt. And I'm wondering if you can fill this
Of the doubt, this guy. Poorly spoken.
in for me because it was speculated. He says something like, there's nothing better than night rape. And that's what it really sounds like. Like he really puts emphasis on the P in night rape. But it was explained to me.
Can somebody explain to me what that is? I don't know. Is that like, should I be bleeping that out? I don't know how to do that. I don't have a way to do that. I'm not a radio station. This guy doesn't know you're supposed to use stand-in words, grape and drape or something, but it sounds like it, but not it. So yeah, he's definitely amateur at best.
That there is a DLC for Elden Rings called Night Rain. And he might be referring to that. Would you know
No,
if
he's
there's
saying
any...
night rape. I
Crazy.
don't. Okay,
Rape.
I will say that there's a reason that he said.
Is that like grape play? Is that a thing? I guess it's a thing. I mean, hey, if that's your thing and you're two consenting adults and into that, whatever. Not my business.
Night rape, but I don't want to air out a business that is like a not known thing. But someone else has said night rape before, and I guess that's like, and he very much liked it. But he also was like into like CNC type stuff, so he would use it.
What is CNC? I don't know what CNC is.
Interchangeably
When you
between
say
like
CNC, you mean consensual, non-consensual, like rape play?
yeah, like
Okay.
we like from what I could
I don't know what this stuff is.
tell, because like I don't want to like get ahead of myself, so I won't explain too much at once.
Oh, she wants to build tension. Yeah, this broad is so performative and not genuine, fake individual, like all these borderline people. Oish.
But like we'll get into like the whole dynamics later. But it seemed like he would say night rape sometimes, and it would give like, oh, he
What?
is about, like, he wants to molest me, or
Bizarre.
sometimes it'd be night
Very
rape and it's
bizarre.
like, haha, rape Cindy, like,
Is it
like
molest?
funny joke.
Well, is it molesting if it's consensual? I don't understand. You're both in bed together. I don't think him groping you is molestation. But okay, whatever. They're playing at molestation. I don't know. She seems to be intentionally hyperbolic here. I don't. She's trying to paint him in a worse light.
So it was
Okay.
like, so I think
So
like that's
there's
why
no
in
way
my-
that he was referring to a game. Is
No,
what I'm
no,
saying.
he is not
Okay.
saying night rain.
And you're 100%.
This goofball Joshua Moon immediately jumps to games because he probably spends most of his free time gaming. Loser.
Certain of that because of context that's not
Whole
in that
life.
conversation.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
certain.
Okay.
He's
Was there-
said that many a times.
During how many times did you fly out to meet him?
Twice.
Okay. And before, how long was the gap between the first time and the second time?
Twice.
Like
This is the one that looked like Belle Delphine? Oh, jeez, I'd love to see this broad's pic. I'm very curious now.
3-ish weeks.
Okay. And so during that, they had the night rape message. Was there anything else that was like that stands out in memory during that time?
He would just text me very like vulgar, like gooner type stuff about like same things as like he was saying on the phone of like, oh, you're so small and I'm so big and I'm so strong and I like gave you a bruise and blah blah blah, or and like,
Okay, that's pretty cringy. I mean, minus the bruise part, that's, kind of abusive unless she's into it. But, I mean, you would assume she is if she didn't object. It's called implied consent. But, yeah, it's cringy.
he would like be like, oh, like, ew, I don't even want to say these types of words. It's so like gross to say. But he would just, like say,
But you participated in it. You participated in the back and the forth in the physical acts, so weren't you just as cringy? And Goonie is him? I get it. She thinks she's, oh boy, she thinks she's painting him in a bad light. You paint yourself in a bad light too, sweetheart. Do you get that?
like weird sexual things and like throughout
Did
the
it
whole
feel-
time of me waiting to like go, or like before I went back.
Yeah, you went back, so you participated. So he was able to buy your time, attention, affection, sexual favors. So, yo-wah-ha-wah. Got it.
Did it feel like the size difference was like a really big thing to him? Like he
Yes.
was really into it.
Well, yeah, I don't want a broad that's the same size as me. That would mean she's a big fat sloppy pig. Yeah, I want a size differential.
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
For both of you.
Yes.
How tall is he?
Yes. 5'8".
Laughing. 5'8".
I was gonna say like, I don't know, like 5'10" at
He's Wes Watson's height. But I thought Wes Watson was 6 feet tall. Munchkin alert.
most.
Okay.
5'8".
How tall are you guys?
Actually, wait, no, he's dead ass like 5'8". Yeah, you're right. Because when I
Napoleon.
met him, I wore
Napoleon syndrome.
platforms and I was his height.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
wow. Okay. Notice the way they talk about him. They don't seem to like him very much, but they were hanging around him. While even admitting at the time that they thought he was cringy and didn't really like him, more or less. Wow. Okay. What upstanding broads you are. What integrity you have.
So I was going to ask, are you guys like 5 foot even or something?
I'm 5'3".
Okay.
I'm like 5'5", but I'm very petite built.
Ooh, I like that voice. I think that's a Sacramento broad. She's 100 pounds at 5'5". I don't know. Is that too small? I don't think so. Sounds pretty good to me. Sounds like a tight little package. I don't see a problem with liking that. What's wrong with that? I'm supposed to like fatties? Come on.
I guess.
Okay. So he would just mention that a lot, that you guys were like very petite.
Why do you keep harping on that, Joshua Moon? What are you trying to do? What are you, a simp? Trying to shame men for liking women that look like women are supposed to look? You goofball.
And
Yeah.
small.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, nothing, burger.
Did he ever ask you to wear specific things?
Not like per se, but he definitely, Sacramento can attest to this too, would like kind of try to push stuff onto you. Like he would buy like,
Yeah, they both gotten their story straight beforehand, behind the scenes.
specific gifts, so like you would wear it because it's like something he bought you, and it's like, and it's a gift, but it's not like he would be like, put this on, but he would buy like weird like Hello Kitty attire, and like would ask like if we were into like Hello Kitty or dolls and stuff.
Okay, that is weird. If true, yeah, that is strange. What's Hello Kitty?
Stuff like that, and so
Dolls.
I think more
Monster
Yes.
High.
Monster High.
Really? Oh
Yes.
man.
It's because of
Monster
Kai,
High.
literally.
Okay, so he was
Oh.
trying to.
Oh, okay. So Kai isn't one of these broads. So Sacramento and this other chick, I don't know her name. So Kai, I think, is his first girlfriend that he dated for 3 years that he says messed up his head. And that's probably who he's beating up when he punches these bras in the face during sex. Little sublimated anger there. Okay, yeah. Little displacement going on. Gotcha.
Find like another like who was into, I guess, age play. I mean, I don't want to like just jump to that and say like, oh, he's definitely looking for age.
He's into broads that are into Monster High dolls and Hello Kitty. I know what Hello Kitty is, but I don't know what the hell a Monster High doll is. And I mean, it's not necessarily unusual for broads to be into dolls. My mother, may she rest in hell. She had dolls at the age of 80 plus, but they were collectibles, right? Like really, really expensive, like from the 1920s and shit. Very valuable. It was like a collection. So I think if that's the case, it's okay. I don't know.
Age play, but like Monster
No,
High is like this.
definitely.
I don't want to like say like put the words out like that, but also at the same time, I mean, if you're looking for a bitch who's into dolls and Hello Kitty and Velcro children's shoes, then like
Yeah, that's like in the kids aisle at Walmart. This is the Monster
Yeah,
High
like-
stuff.
Just so you know, the reference to Velcro shoes is for little kids who can't tie their shoes yet, so they wear Velcro. I don't know what kind of retard kid can't tie their shoes. I mean, I guess if you're 2 or 3, you don't know how to tie your shoes. But if you're 5 or 6, you better know how to tie your shoes. You got some problems, yo. But, yeah, so he's into anything that references children, including Velcro shoes. Yeah, okay, that is strange.
yeah.
Okay.
If true.
So he would. I mean, that's what I was asking for. Like, did he give you clothes that was like this is like saccharine light pastels and stuff?
Yes, for my birthday gift, he bought me.
Saccharine light pastels. What the hell does that have to do with kids? I know you're trying to be clever, Mr. Joshua Moon, but your references are not on target, you idiot.
A whole bunch of Hello Kitty type stuff. Like in some of the pictures of the age player lolicon girl, Ellie, she's wearing these Hello Kitty pajamas.
What is that lolicon? Isn't that stuff that Vouch weirdo is into? Who's also into horse cock? Allegedly! That's like drawings of little kitties and such?
And he bought me like those exact same type of pajamas and other like stuffed animals, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. So since Katie was vaguely aware of, I guess not even vaguely, like you knew who he was, but you
Katie.
say that you didn't know him at all, right? And I'll switch back, but I have a quick question. Did that?
I think that he's talking to Sacramento, and by the way, I'm sure she absolutely knew him, and she even said in her post that I talked about in my prior video that she Googled him immediately and knew who he was at their first meeting.
That seem out of place? Like you don't know this guy, and he's buying like Hello Kitty, Monster High stuff. It's like, did that seem like weird or?
I wanted to clarify that. I figured out who he was like very quickly. So yeah, I knew about his online presence like
Yeah, she remembers that she said that. So if she said otherwise, she knows she would become across as dishonest and disingenuous and all that. So, okay. Yeah.
pretty much as soon as we met till the end of our relationship.
Yeah, guys, be careful what you post online. Broads are going to look you up immediately.
But I wasn't like super into YouTube world or whatever. So like I knew that he had a YouTube channel, but I wasn't like super into it.
But did you feel that the gifts, like clothing and toys and stuff, were weird or?
That's weird.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's legit weird. You're a 23-year-old guy buying a 23-year-old broad dolls and shit. That's freaking bizarre. Did he ask you to play with them as well? That would be really weird.
I did.
Yes.
Like all of it, like the clothes too. It was like, this is weird.
Yes, because I never expressed any like interest in like, oh, I love Hello Kitty and I want.
Yeah, that's not true. She said in her messages that she had a Hello Kitty doll, like a little tiny, like stick it type doll type figurine on, a sticky bottom on the dashboard of her car, and he drove in her car and saw the Hello Kitty, thing, and then he got her some Hello Kitty stuff because he figured she liked Hello Kitty because she had a Hello Kitty figurine on her dashboard.
More Hello Kitty stuff. Like, I don't know.
Okay, last question, then I'll switch back to the timeline. But did you ever deliberately express an interest, like, oh, I would like this as a gift, and then just not get it because it didn't match like what we know now in terms of what his interests are?
I don't.
Sorry if that's like
not
an
that I
obtuse
can
question.
remember.
I would say yes, Sack, because of the flower situation.
Oh my god, the flowers situation. Yes, I did ask Tom to buy me flowers, and he did not seem to understand why a woman in a relationship with a man would want flowers ever.
What? He doesn't understand why a woman would want flowers, and she had to ask him to buy her flowers, even though he doesn't seem averse to gift buying, but he doesn't understand why a woman would want flowers. Is he retarded? I mean, why are these women getting with this guy? Oh, because he has money, because he has fame, internet clout. He's known. They might be able to parlay his fame into their fame. Gotcha. So it's all about money, all about materialism, all about advancing their online footprint to possibly spin it into some kind of career or money. Yeah, I see.
He actually called his mom and asked why it would be important to ever buy a woman flowers, and that was like the only time I ever asked him for something.
Is he the younger kid, by the way? So his parents failed as parents. The mother failed as a parent. She failed to teach her son about women, what they like, what they want, desire. And he failed, his father failed as well. This isn't uncommon. Oftentimes the oldest kid gets the majority of the attention and is the golden boy, and then the younger one gets neglected, which is in and of itself a form of abuse, and gets very little, if any, attention or teaching from the parents, and all that attention and work and effort to educate the child goes into the older one. And not all people should be parents, and not all should be parents to multiple children. Some people only have enough time, enough energy to pour into one kid. So it looks like Tom didn't learn anything from his parents. Mom, why would a woman want flowers? Oh my God, he's an idiot.
But the rest
You called
of
her
it was
in front of you to ask about why women like flowers?
No, but he had told me that he called her to ask why.
Anybody out there think Tom is maybe autistic? I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. That's crazy.
Okay, then. So in this gap, then, between the two meetups, did anything else happen? There was another voicemail that you shared, right? Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, that's the one that's like, because there's the night rape one, and then there's the like, oh, you're so small and I'm so big, and like when I was holding you down, I thought I was gonna break your arms, or so. He says something to like that, like something like that.
Super
and then he
cringe.
compares to have like my small boobs and like having sex with me to like having sex with a fairy from Game of Thrones.
Okay, so that's another thing that I don't understand. Maybe did you guys watch Game of Thrones? I have not watched Game of Thrones. Nobody knows what he's talking about.
There's no fairies in Game of Thrones. I don't know. Is this made up? Are these broads making this stuff up? Maybe they never watched Game of Thrones. I think most dudes out there have. It seems like maybe this is something they're making up. I don't know. Maybe they're confusing Game of Thrones with, I don't know what this is weird. This is bizarre stuff, man. Tom, did you watch Game of Thrones? There's no fairies in that show, man. I mean, unless, the word fairy is a stand-in for homo or something, or homosexual. I don't know. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube?
I saw people tweaking a little bit in the threads about that, like debating which girl it was. I have no idea. He never showed me which one he like meant, or like which one came to mind. And I also didn't ask because I was like, this is such a weird thing to say. Aren't they all 12?
I don't even want to get into it, but there's like no clear understanding. Nobody has any idea what that means, what he says.
She's
So there's like
1400, but she's 14.
there's like an elf character that is in one of the spin-offs as a child and like is like 14 at the youngest, and then is like an adult at the latest. But
The hell, Joshua Moon, I thought you goofball, you're supposed to be a geek, a nerd, right? There's no fairies or elves or anything like that in Game of Thrones. Not in any spin-offs. Is he maybe thinking about The Witcher? I don't know. This is just mixing up his franchises. What an idiot.
nobody really understands what that means. So, the decision to fly back and meet him, was that prompted by him or by you?
Him.
Him.
My birthday is in March, and so he was like, "Ooh, you should come see me for your birthday. Like, I have to do this furry convention, but then you should come and see me."
Furry convention? Yeah, it turns out Tom is apparently a furry. Got ringworm from scritching in a furry outfit. Apparently, that's a thing. Or a bunch of people dressed up as dogs or coyotes or some shit like that. All get into a pile and rub on each other and, rub inside their suits until they ejaculate. Bizarre crap, man. This is he is into some weird stuff.
Okay.
And I was like,
wait, what?
Okay.
Because he's going, is that where he met Madeline or Meowdeline?
Maybe I know he posted a video, I think on Tom IRL or something of him at that furry convention.
Of him going to, and he asked you to fly back for the furry convention?
No, right after. He was like, I'm going to go to this furry convention and then you should come see me.
Wow.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So before I ask about that visit, anything else from the Gap that is interesting, worth touching on? Did he say anything weird?
I mean, I kind of went over most of it of him just being overall pushy and weird and age baity almost with the thing.
But you kept seeing him. This is what I don't get. I mean, you're trying to make him sound cringy, but you're equally cringe because you did all this stuff with him and you participated actively. So aren't you as big a loser and cringy weirdo as him? I don't think she understands. She's owning herself as well. Yeah, dopey broad.
Things he would say.
Okay. And then you fly back, and how did that go?
Flied back. It's flew back. This guy, wow. His speaking skills are garbage. Yeah. Stick to text. Stick to typing. Stick to being a crappy moderator on your own stagnating, dying website.
How long did you stay?
Horrible. That was the worst experience of my life, I think.
Wow. Okay. So was that also 5 days?
No. I think 5 days total, of me, I flew in and then I stayed with him for real 3 days and I flew back on the 5th day.
You flew back early?
Yeah. He actually, when he flies girls out, he doesn't buy them a flight home. He flies you out and then he's like, I'll buy your flight home when you get here.
Oh, this is a super duper control freak. I see. So he wants to have something to hang over your head, and so he has more control and get you to do the things that he wants you to do. Otherwise, you're fearful that he won't buy you a return plane ticket. Wow. Okay. Well, so that says that you're for sale. Okay. All right. Well, that just further verifies that you're a hoa. Got it.
Okay.
That's weird.
Which already, when I was that's why all my friends thought I was a victim from the jump. Is he acted really weird and also would do things like that. And so all my normal friends were like, this is weird.
Well, but you're not a victim because you agreed to it. I don't understand this. How are you a victim? You consent? If you consent, you're not a victim. You can't say, you can't, have sex with a guy 27 times. And 26 out of 27, he's whacking you around. He's, bouncing you off the walls. And you keep participating. You keep coming back for more. But you can't then claim to be a victim.
You're a victim right now, and you're just not realizing.
No.
And
yeah,
that's
I would
how
say,
I got all those videos.
Okay, because you were...
There's cachet in being a victim these days. Cachet, money, pay, yeah.
On edge. You had been warned that there might be something weird going on.
Yeah, and my friend was spending the night with me and was listening to the conversation because he would beg to call me every night. And so I was like, fine, I'll answer.
Loser.
And she was listening and she was like, what?
Why would he beg to call her? What are you having, phone sex? This guy, yeah, he's definitely a degenerate, like his idol Destiny.
What the fuck is this man saying to you?
Okay, so what was so terrible about the second visit?
Okay, so fun. This is kind of gonna sound like it's like a little bit of a ramble in a sense because it's like there's so the dream shit, like the dream George not found drama was happening at the time with this girl named Katie, and only reason I know about it is because I was at his house and he was streaming literally for 2 days straight, just sitting in his room, making me sit in the corner silently while he just streamed all day talking about how this bitch was like a liar and a stupid whore and like her like consent isn't real and like insane, just like insanity. And the way like I don't even know anything about that situation, so like I don't know if there was like actual drama there, but just listening to how he was talking about like a girl getting molested, I was like, oh my god, no wonder he's beating me. Like this man is insane.
So he had her sitting in the corner while he live streamed for hours, and she's not allowed to speak, I guess. Okay, it's interesting. Is this on par with Hassan Piker's dog that he forces to lie on that little mat? If it gets up, he electrocutes it, or in this case, doesn't buy her a plane ticket home.
Like, and I literally ended up like not like we hung out a lot for like the first day, and then he was like streaming a lot, and then I literally was like nonverbal. Even when he wasn't streaming, we like were barely talking. He told me I was a second body. And then the first time I went and saw him, he told me I was the second girl he had sex with. And then the second time I went and saw him, he made me watch the show You. And
You? What is that? I know it's a type of wood. Y-E-W. I never heard of this. Let me know in the comments. What the hell's You?
about like the crazy stalker or whatever, and from Netflix. And he was like, "Oh, this girl's such a whore. Like I've only had sex with 4 people." And I was like, 4 people? You told me you weren't fucking nobody else and you had sex with I was your second what? I was like, huh?
I guarantee it ain't 4, honey. It's much more. This guy tells so many lies he can't keep them straight in his head.
And so that was like kind of like one of the things where I was like, okay, I'm like, I mean, I wasn't too hung up about that because like I take everything with a grain of salt if someone's like a fucking internet personality. Like I'm not gonna like be too hung up. But I was like, oh, this man's a whore. And also, this man's insane.
Men are not whores, okay? We're built different, honey, okay? The same shame that applies to actions that would be shameful for you don't apply to us. You're an idiot. Well, you're clearly a feminist. You're a moron. Shut up. But of course, you're not going to shut up, are you? That's why you're alone. No peace with you.
Because he's probably beating all these women.
Oh.
Okay,
like,
so to rewind, you land, you're back in Portland. This is the second time you're meeting him.
Oh,
yes.
You land...
Portland! Libtard alert! Libtard alert!
And he immediately just like Kaya places you, puts you in a corner of his room. Is there like anything that happens between?
We hang out for like a couple hours, and then he's like, "I'm sorry, but there's hot literally like there's hot goss on the market. I gotta stream."
Who was it about? The streams?
It was like Minecraft YouTubers, and I guess one of them had just like gotten outed for like touching another girl.
Somebody explain this Minecraft crap to me. I don't even know what that is, really. It's like you build crap out of like Lego pixelated garbage. I don't know.
And so I was there for when Too Mad died too, and it was insane. That was also horrible.
So for literally the entirety of 2 days, did he specifically ask that you do not like roam about the complex? Did he like say you have to be here with me for this time?
Complex?
Well, like
this dude don't live in no complex, okay? And he rents, by the way. He's supposedly a millionaire, but he rents a house that he regularly punches holes in the walls when he gets upset. That he can't repair. Has to have the landlord repair him. Oh, yeah. Millionaires don't generally rent, okay? Yeah.
he would be like, "Oh, sit with me," and then I would be trapped in the room because like you can see the door, and he doesn't want people to know there's a woman in his house, and
What?
so
What's
he would, and so I would just be like stuck in the corner because I'd be there when it would start, and then he would just be streaming, and then I'm just trapped.
And he did.
What? You can leave at any time. Oh, but he's holding over my head. The plane ticket home. Yeah. You chose that. You knew beforehand that you wouldn't have a return plane ticket until you had completed your visit. So I don't know what you're complaining about, honey.
He didn't allow you to like have any presence on the stream, so you're just in this room and you can't walk past him because it's in front of the camera.
No. Yeah.
That's weird. By the way, if she looks like Belle Delphine, she'd be a good-looking broad. Isn't that a flex? Wouldn't you want her to be on stream? I don't get this. By the way, I always thought that Turkey Tom was gay. I think he might be gay. It turns out he can't ejaculate inside a woman. Apparently, he doesn't find them stimulating enough. Yeah, but male bum seems to do it for him. I don't know.
No. And, like, yeah, literally no.
That's very bizarre. Like, because it's like you can watch the stream. You could just go out to the other room and watch the stream if he insisted.
Right? Like, and also, like, I don't give a fuck about these Minecraft YouTubers. Why, like,
Yeah.
why me? So
Yeah, that's
it was just,
rude.
like, he was, for one, even more aggressive the second time I went and saw him.
Well, of course.
And then he,
of course he was, because he was testing the waters the first time, and he found out what he could get away with. So, of course, he escalated a bit more the second time to see if you would let him get away with even more. Makes sense to me. And you let him get away with it. You didn't object. You kept coming back for more. What are you complaining about?
barely spoke to me and was streaming most of the time. And then when he tried to speak to me, he was just like saying stupid stuff. He and told me about having sex with 2 other girls and just was just like insufferable. So I was having a horrible time.
Yeah.
And I also was convinced.
Well, sure, you're out there for his pleasure, his needs, his desires. That's all.
He had ringworm before he even had it, because I'm looking at his body and I see like marks and I'm like, this looks like ringworm. I'm not disgusting. Like this. I don't want to touch this man. This looks like ringworm.
But you did touch him.
And so it
gotta get that plane ticket.
Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was going to ask, is this the time that he got the fungal infection?
Yes.
Because this was immediately after the furry convention, right?
Yes. And he told me that he thinks he got it from the gym, but he would shower after going to the gym from at least when I was there. And so maybe he was doing that to keep up appearances, but
what appearances? That he's hygienic? I don't know. She's playing up the most, mundane, tiny little things to try and portray this guy as horribly as possible.
I feel like he probably it was very weird that he got it right after going to a furry convention.
Yeah, it takes 4 to 14 days, Google says, for ringworm to appear. So that sound right?
Because I think he did the furry convention either late February or early March, and then I saw him around March 10th-ish or something like that.
Okay. So I mean, he could have been telling the truth both times, theoretically. He could have had sex with 2 different furries at the convention and gotten ringworm.
True.
That's my working theory so far on why that would happen. Okay, so what? So you were there. You hang out on the first day for just a little bit, and then the hot goss reps, and then you're on the mattress, I guess, based on the layout of his room, waiting for him to stop streaming. And then
I'm on a little beanbag, but yeah.
Okay. Beanbag.
And then
who the hell has a beanbag? What is this? The 70s? What's going on here?
After 2 days of this, you ask him to fly you back because you're just bored.
No, he realizes that things aren't I'm obviously weirded out by him. And I'm also concerned that he has ringworm.
Buzzkill.
And so he flies me out the day before my birthday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Did he buy you a cake at least? Apparently he doesn't do flowers. Does he understand the significance of a cake at least? On a birthday, did he get you cake? Probably not.
You fly up for your birthday and you don't even get to your birthday before you're being flown back.
No, which honestly, It was a blessing. I think I would have died if I spent my birthday with him. Yeah.
Okay. So in between the hot goss...
I don't get this, though. Why'd you go out a second time? If we're to believe you, the guy beat the crap out of you the first time you were there. Beat you up during sex. Choked you, apparently. Whacked you in the face a few times. Left some bruises. And you went back? Am I supposed to believe you have a problem with this kind of stuff? I think you're saying you have a problem with this kind of stuff because you know that most people have a problem with this kind of stuff. And this guy turned out to be a jerk and wasn't what you expected, or he wasn't interested in you, or maybe lied to you, or maybe it just turned out he wasn't interested in a relationship and you were just a meat popsicle to him in a convenient hole when he got horny. So he'd fly you out and then fly you home. And so you wanted to get back at him. And what's a good way? Oh, this is something people have a problem with by and large. I didn't have a problem with it, but if I say I had a problem with it, then I can make him look bad.
Sessions. You had sex with him, right?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. And during that, he was like violent, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of like when things really started piecing together to me that I was like, wait, I think I am a victim right now. Like something's not right here.
No, you're not a victim. This is so stupid. That's not stupid. You're not a victim. You're not a victim. Well, if you had, like, the first time he was having sex with you, he's choking you, you threw him off you punch him in the face, you jimmy him off you object, you call the cops, you have him arrested, great, victim. What did you do? You didn't do anything. You went home, you dreamed about the guy, you probably freaked yourself off a few times, and you went back to see him again and let him do it again. You're not a victim. What are you talking about? He paid you for this stuff. You're a hoe. But certainly not a victim. Get out of here, you hoe.
And that's when I started like voicing my concern more to him too. It like in the bedroom and being like, "Can you not do that?" And he.
What are you talking about? There was no time to voice any concern. You saw the guy 2 times. You saw him twice. What are you talking about?
He kind of would just like take everything with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the first time that you
She's exaggerating, I think.
flew up, there was none of this, no issues. It was just like vanilla.
No, he was still like aggressive, but like. I was just like, maybe he's just like gooner pilled and like has only.
Okay, so the first time he tested the waters was a little aggressive, but nothing to complain about. And the second time you went out, then you complained, and then he dumped you. Okay, so he saw you weren't as into it as he would like, so bye-bye. Okay? And she's upset about that, yeah. She didn't get enough free crap from him. I didn't get the Prada bag I wanted, son of a bitch.
Seen like BDSM porn, and so he's like thinks that this is normal.
But when you say aggressive, is it just like I don't know, a little bit forceful versus like painful?
No, like still smacking and like still smacking and like causing bleeding and like too rough and like because also he like this is like TMI, but like since he can't come, you like session.
He's gay. I think Turkey Tom is gay. Okay, that's what I think, and I think he's at odds with it. He says he's like bi. I think he's gay. That's what I think. I think he's gay. I think he's homosexual, and he's trying to be with women to try and be like more normie and stuff. But he's gay. Okay, so be it.
You would be trapped with him for like an hour, and also so like. No matter what, you're gonna end up like dry at one point, and then he would just like not care. And
you're dry. I don't get this. I mean, if you're into him, so she's not even into him. See, honey, you're owning yourself. You're with a guy you're not even attracted to, who can't even get you wet. You're just for sale. You're just a whore. That's all you are. So why should I listen to anything you have to say? You're bought and paid for. You're for sale. I don't see what other way I can see it, right?
And keep going.
Did you ever ask him, like, can you get lube or something?
Yes, and like, or literally, at one point we even like, I made him go and buy some, and he still never used it. He probably used it to goon.
So you literally told him use lube.
Still don't know what that means, goon. I jerking off. Is that what that means? Fist in the sausage. I don't know. I guess that's what it means.
And he just ignored you and kept plowing away, basically?
Yeah, damn near. Or like literally like tried to add spit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Probably learned that from Destiny. Spit on that thing! Yeah. Okay, Destiny.
And, okay, and then he would notice the blood? Like, there's no way you don't notice the blood.
I mean, literally.
I mean, we gotta admit, Turkey Tom is an ugly guy, so how many broads can be with this guy because they're turned on by him?
He would like wipe his like dick off on a rag, and it would be like tinged red, and he never even like batted an eye or said anything.
He never even mentioned it. Like, oh look, there's blood in this.
No.
Okay.
Maybe he's used to that from the homosex. I don't know.
Um,
I mean, I guess if you're a bum buster with dudes, that's a regular occurrence. I don't know. I have no idea. Just spitballing it. As he seems to like to do.
did you ever see him use cocaine?
I didn't, but he told me that he used to do a lot of coke. And like before I went to fly out to see him the first time, he like texted me one day and he was like, sorry, I just woke up. Like I drank a lot and like did a lot of coke last night. And
that may be why he rents? Because he has no money? I thought he was a millionaire. People keep saying he's a millionaire. I think he might be 100,000 here, but I don't think he's a millionaire. If he is, I guess he's spending all his money on expensive booze and drugs and all that. That stuff can eat into your pocketbook, baby.
He blocked me on Instagram, but I might be able to see the message at some point. But he said that, and then when I was at his house, he was talking about abusing Adderall that he got from Kai.
By the way, just so you know, Adderall is just synthetic cocaine, which they give to kids for the non-existent disorder of ADHD, which isn't a thing. Fries kids' brains, though. Lovely.
From like their past relationship.
And now, so he still had Adderall from Kai?
Yeah.
Or
because I guess like
really?
he had like because she had like an overstock, I guess, because he had like 3 bottles at least that had her name on it.
Really? And he was doing this while you were there?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay. So timeline of this. He comes home from the furry convention. You hang out for a few hours.
I mean, my drug of choice is caffeine. I mean, that's as far as I go. Hasn't this kid ever heard of coffee? What the hell? What are you doing to yourself, Turkey Tom?
He gets the call from his Discord that's like, you got work to do.
I'm high on life.
He then puts you in a bean bag and tells you, don't speak or move or enter line of sight of my camera because nobody can know I have women over at my apartment.
It's like Hassan's dog. She's his dog. Why don't you get a shock collar for her too, Turkey?
And then he does Adderall and has sex with you for an hour because he's high on Adderall.
That's nothing.
And
man, I've had 13-hour sessions, baby. And the chick didn't bleed. I can actually get a broad wet. Yo. Need no lube.
it causes you to bleed.
It was a long time ago, though. Yeah. Genetically gifted stamina-wise. I once ran 100 miles. Just to see if I could run 100 miles. It was like a long time ago, though. But you get the picture. You get the idea.
Bleed. He ignores direct, explicit instruction to do things that are less painful, and gives you ringworm that he probably got at the furry convention. And after 2 days of this, you're like, fly me back, this sucks.
By the way, how do we know she didn't give him ringworm? I don't know. I'd love to hear his side, but we probably never will.
Except I never even said fly me back. I was just like, I hope I go home soon. Like, I don't know when he's going to fly me home. He hasn't even brought it up. This is so awkward. Like,
So she made herself such a wet rag, such a Debbie Downer that he just bought her a ticket and said, get the hell out of here. Bye.
I was like nonverbal and like not speaking to him, low key, because I was like so uncomfortable. Like how this is going.
So there's like a bad vibe. That was just like obvious.
Yeah, it was.
She sounds like such a pleasure to be around. No drama there, no chaos there. Just all peace.
Like evil vibe.
Oh.
And so I think he could kind of pick up on that. So then he sent me home.
Yeah, it's really obvious when there's like static and you're like the only 2 people in like a room and it's just like terrible static.
Yeah, keep sweeping for these bros. Keep kissing their butts. Keep pedestalizing them. Keep sweeping their simpy boy Joshua. Joshua Moon, afraid to show your face. You giant simp.
Static,
and you're trapped in an apartment that's in a basement.
Yeah, something like that. So let's see. Was there anything else? You said that you both said that he non-consensually began to record you guys having sex. Was this both times that you saw him?
Yeah, every single literally.
I don't understand this non-consensual stuff. I mean, what do you mean non-consensual? Did you tell him I don't want you filming? Stop filming? Erase that after? I mean, did you object? Because there's implied consent. Like, if verbal consent was required for every single sexual activity, sex would never happen. You want to talk about roadblocks? You want to talk about cock blocking, yo? Can I touch your arm? Can I pet your buttocks? Can I touch your boob? Can I kiss you? What are you talking about? No, you do it. You go in. They pull back, object. You stop. But if you go along with it, I don't understand how this is non-consensual. What are you talking about?
Literally every single time we had sex, he recorded it, and he never asked. Literally just one time, I like looked back and I was like, "Oh, that's a phone." And then one time, the only time he ever came was.
Did you keep? I don't understand. Did you keep having sex, chasing the dragon, chasing the orgasm, even after you knew he was recording you? Because if you did, then that's consent. So shut up. Oh, I'm a victim.
This is so funny. But the only time he ever came was we had sex.
He's with a broad that looks like Belle Delphine, and he only can come one time. So either he's gay, or you were so objectionable, he can't stand you so much that he can't get off being with you. I could believe that, actually. But I do think he's gay. But anyway.
And then he proceeds to be like, wait, I need to come. Gets off me, and then just literally in front, like damn near on top of me. And
by the way, who talks like that? That is cringy stuff.
In front of me, I'm like trapped under him still. He starts watching the video he just recorded and
she likes that word, trapped.
Jerking it, and I was like, what the fuck is?
So he pulled out and jerked it on, ejaculated on you. Okay, I don't know what the problem is.
It happened. That was like also kind of an awakening. I was like, what? I was like, oh, he's got death grip. What is happening?
So this was like the second day of the second meetup. He's like, this ain't working. I gotta watch my own masterpiece here that I literally just recorded.
Literally.
Oh, that's what happened. Oh, so he was filming himself with her, and he was like, oh, I've got a real hang up here because all the time I'm watching corn and I can't, get off unless I'm watching corn of myself. So he stopped the recording, rewound it, and watched himself banging you while he was banging you, or jerked off while he was on top of you to corn he had just made with you. Yeah, that's weird. This guy Turkey Tom is definitely a demented guy. No question about that.
Like literally had just recorded like moments ago.
Okay, wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's
were
weird.
You the one that said if you flexed in the mirror after sex, I would shoot myself?
No, that was her, but he did that with me too, and also I noticed when we would have sex, he had a mirror in his room, and it literally
did he literally do the Patrick Bateman thing?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh my god!
Literally, that's why I call him a Patrick Bateman type gooner, because for one, he's psychotic, low key, and he dead ass did that shit, and I swear he must live by how Patrick Bateman lives low key, because I watched him do that, and I was like, oh, this isn't normal. This something's wrong.
Weird.
So, I mean, would you say that he's actually trying to replicate the scene? It's just the exact same thing?
I mean, damn near. I don't want to put say that he is literally replicating the scene, but it literally felt like that. I looked up, saw he was looking in the mirror, just staring at himself, flexing his muscle.
And this was not discussed at all. There was no two-way conversation about sex or.
No. We never had any conversation really about kinks or what we were into,
that's weird.
Other than bare minimums of
you're children. These are children. Grown-ups talk about this kind of stuff, okay? In the course of things. Well, they only saw each other twice, though. I don't understand these kind of casual hookups, honestly. I gave it a try when I lived overseas, and it absolutely did not work for me. I don't get anything out of this. Casual ass sex is not for me. I don't get what people get out of it. If I'm going to be, having those kind of interactions with a woman, it has to be, based upon some kind of actual, real feeling, a relationship. It can't just be physical. I can't do that at all. We never even had any bare minimum talk about sex. It was just do you want to have sex? Okay.
Okay, and
you want a burger and with fries with that? So casual. It's a problem with this young generation and people today in general. They treat this stuff as unserious and as routine as having a meal.
A few times you would say anything about that's too far. It was just completely not like? Did he react at all? Did he say anything? Was it just like
Not really.
ignored?
He'd be like, my bad. Maybe like fix how he's acting for like 2 seconds and then do it again.
Okay.
Okay.
I've seen him. So,
Okay, I can't think of anything else. Is there anything else?
I don't see anything objectionable. I mean, he did something wrong. You said you didn't like it. Maybe he did it again in the heat of the moment, and you never went back to see him again. Did you call the cops and press charges? No, then I don't want to hear about it.
Memorable that you remember from the second encounter?
Not much. He was texting Meowdalin during when I met, like, during the second meeting. I also noticed that when we were watching You. I like people.
And
what's You?
People may not be aware. Meowdalin is a woman that he met at he met in real life, and she's like a 24/7 LARPer of like a dog.
Yeah, she's like a puppy girl. Okay. And I was suspect of her just because, I mean, she looked like OnlyFans type, so I was like, And she was also a dog.
When you say OnlyFans type, are you referring to like the blush and the makeup? With that kind of look?
You know, and like it's like, you know, like that. Yeah, I guess, and like e-girl type like that.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you mind if I show the picture of, because after you flew back, you got the ringworm was like visible. Do you like mind if I show that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Ooh.
Okay. So how
see that?
How long?
That one photo. Oh, sorry, you go first.
No, I was just gonna ask how long after you flew back did it show up?
Within like a week. Like I think like
within 4 to 14 days. Is that fair?
Yeah, within 4 to 14 days. Yeah, it was like within like 5 days.
So if you sleep with Tom, you're likely to catch something. Okay.
Because I was like fine on my birthday, and then a couple of days after that, like because there's a picture of the bruise on my face, and right under it.
Okay, so there's the bruise pic. That looks like that could just be a blemish. That looks like it could just be makeup. All right, so you have a bruise, possibly. How do we know it's from him? How do we know that's a bruise? And how do we know it came from him? See, this is the problem. With this he said, she said crap. Is
ringworm. Luckily, that's the only little spot I ever got since I went to the doctor immediately. But unlike him.
Okay, so that's like I don't know. That's very unfortunate. That's like a vicarious furry strain of ringworm.
I know. That's what I am like. After I heard that he maybe was like hooking up with the age player around the same time as me, and also was going to the furry convention, I was like, I'm so happy that I like didn't end up with like scurvy.
Scurvy.
Like something insane and like old world.
Scurvy.
So
isn't that when you don't get enough vitamin C or something? I don't know. I'll have to look that up later.
Okay, so then after this, was it the second or third night? Or like the last night that you spent together?
The third night was the last night we spent together.
Okay, so after the third night, you realize like the vibe is weird, the sex is not getting any better, and I don't want to be here anymore. And he just said, "Do you want to go home?" And you were like, "Yeah." And then
doesn't sound like Tom knows how to pleasure a woman. I mean, is he even going down on him? Is there any munching of the muffalitis, the muffety muff going on? Is he prepping these chicks? I mean, he's just going in dry? What?
He just booked a same-day flight back to San Fran.
He didn't even say you want to go home. He was just like, I got your flight. I'm going to
here's your ticket. Wow.
Okay.
Was there like a goodbye? Was it any sentimental? Was it just get out of here?
He was still nice to me. Like when I left, he was like, bye, I'll see you again, blah, blah, blah. Like, good to see you. Sorry, I was so busy. And I was like, yeah, okay. I'm not going to see you again.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that was in...
Yeah, she got all the dirt she needed, right? To use later on to get some clout and fame and attention and validation. Gotcha. Yeah. Vapid airhead this broad is.
2024 or 5?
Yeah,
okay.
2024.
So, did you have any encounter with him after that?
We still followed each other on Instagram for like...
By the way, Mr. Joshua Moon, I love how you're not holding these broads accountable in any way, shape, or form. You don't even ask. Don't you think you have some responsibility? Because, you did choose this guy, you chose to go there, and you didn't object, and you chose to participate in this behavior, so you're not really a victim? Don't you think that might be the case? No. No pushback from you at all, you big giant simp, you.
Like a year, and I didn't want to be the first one to unfollow him, so I would just kind of, and he didn't post like that, so I would never see anything of his. So I was just kind of waiting for him to unfollow me, because it was weird, because we I just told him I didn't think it was gonna work, and I kind of thought it was weird, and it just wasn't really fucking with what was happening.
The dude's terminally online, and he has no actual life, so of course he's not gonna unfollow you. Of course he's gonna keep track of you. He's got nothing else to do.
And he was like, okay, cool. And so we stopped talking, and it was whatever. And he would like memes I post periodically, or a random photo, maybe 3 times after we talked. But otherwise we didn't really talk too much.
Okay. So then that is March 2024. Sacramento, when did you meet him?
I met him May 10th of 2025.
Okay, so this Sacramento is Sacramento 89. You'll find the link in the description. She is essentially the broad that is posting on Kiwi Farms as of now. And she basically opened the floodgates to all these other borderline personality disorder broads. At least as Turkey Tom calls them. He's probably got borderline personality disorder as well. To come out of the woodwork and start telling their stories as well. So this broad, yeah, she's the one whose commentary on Kiwi Farms I am addressing in my most recent videos.
May 10th. So
I like that voice, by the way.
More than a full year later. And you met him on Tinder, right?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay. Right off the bat, real quick.
Sounds very feminine. I like that. I like the voice. And it turns out she's a tight little package, too. That's her own words, Tom's words. Saw some pics, yeah. Not of her face, though, but yeah.
One of the things that a lot of people who are on his side, in the YouTube sphere, said.
Apparently that's a bad thing, by the way, to petite, thin women.
Is that you had a screenshot of you matching with Tom. And they said that was strange because in your story, you said you did not know him before you met up, but you took a picture of the match. Yeah. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I took a picture of the match because I could kind of tell there was something weird about this guy. I didn't.
Oh, come on, honey. You thought there was something weird about this guy. You matched with him, you met up with him, and you dated him for 7 months, even though you initially said you just dated him for a few months, and you tried to minimize it and make it seem like it was no big deal and it was just something casual. Meanwhile, you actually dated him for 7 months, seriously, and it turns out you wanted to marry the guy. And when it turned out he was just using you as a whole, a convenient receptacle for his D, then the revenge posting came out. Yeah, about all his so-called foibles.
Know if he was famous or whatever, and also
BS.
I did that to other people as well on Tinder.
Oh.
Just like everybody you matched with to gossip with?
I don't believe any of this, by the way. If you look at, if they show the picture here, essentially he's got half his face covered with his phone. He's flexing a non-existent bicep. He's a tiny, skinny-looking goofball, 5'8". There's no profile information, but it's got to say his height. I'm pretty sure that Tinder lets you know what the person's height is. So are you telling me that a guy that's 5'8", doesn't say anything about what he does for a living, his salary, and it's covering half his face, is getting matched up with hot-looking broads? Because, and they're matching with him not knowing who he is. Get the out of here. Bull!
Like girlfriends?
Yeah, a couple of them. But yeah,
yes.
He seemed kind of weird, so I took pictures of our match.
What about his bio? It was I gotta document this in case I go missing or something. What stood out as weird?
He was covering his face a lot in the pictures, and
So for one thing, Turkey Tom has one of the most pathetic mustaches I've ever seen. Max Peach Fuzz. He thinks he looks more manly, but he actually just looks like a goofball trying to LARP as a man. So there's that. And he's ugly, so there's that as well. Not an attractive man at all. And he's a midget. 5'8". Well below average. Well, I think the average is 5'9", so it's below, for sure.
It was there was something really off about him, so yeah. And then I can kind of clarify on our first date, he did. I obviously figured out who he was really fucking quick, but he continued to.
I guarantee you she knew who he was well beforehand. I guarantee there was no way she was meeting up with this guy unless he said in his profile somewhere, I'm worth X amount, I make X amount a year. Because you're an ugly guy, you're a short guy, you've got to have money. Otherwise, a hot little tight packages like this broad are not getting with you on Tinder. That's how it works. Sorry. So she knew who he was, or she knew that he was worth a lot of money. There had to be something to counter the fact that he's ugly, that there's all these red flags popping up, that he's 5'8".
Lied
That's just how the world works. Okay?
to me about what he did for a living.
We lied.
And
But you kept seeing him. In line, a red flag, but you kept seeing it, right? Because it's a good lie, because I know the truth. He's loaded. Yeah.
What did he say?
he told me he did like video editing or like videography.
But that's true. I mean, he's downplaying it, but he does do his own video editing, from what I understand. So, I mean, I guess you could say it's a lie of omission, or he's just downplaying, but he's not lying per se. I guess you could call that misrepresentation, but yeah, he does edit his own videos. Anyway.
Okay. So, when you interacted with him, I remember I saw some screenshots of your text messages.
Maybe he edits his own videos. I don't know. He has enough money, supposedly he doesn't have to.
And if I remember correctly, he said something literally to the effect of, "Don't look up who I am," or something.
Yeah.
Was that before or after you got weirded?
Well, I don't think Tom is too smart. It's like you tell somebody not to do something. The moment you're gone and you're not there, able to, dictate that, control that, they're going to do it. What are you talking about?
Weirded out by him and asked questions.
That was like during when I started asking questions about him, because I started getting really suspicious, especially after the whole Ellie thing happened, because he was still following a bunch of e-girls who, like, I kind of figured out that he had slept with before.
See, why is she still sticking around when all these red flags are popping up? You want to know what I think? I think it's so she could continue to gather information, pump him for information, and so that she would have compromising details about his life that she could later use to, claim fame for herself and a following and a social media presence and clout and attention and validation. So she was with him for, she had ulterior motives, okay, other than wanting a relationship with this guy, if she ever even wanted one in the first place.
And I was getting more sus, and so I ended up looking him up, and I told him, like, hey, I looked you up and I found some weird shit about you, like, just giving him a chance to explain it himself. But instead of explaining himself, he ended up just getting really mad at me for even looking.
Okay, so you were why did you match him then if you felt he was so weird?
Yeah, good question.
Because he had big muscles, and like I could tell that, like,
he doesn't have big muscles. He doesn't. He's a tiny little goofball. He's maybe 160 pounds. There are no big muscles on this guy. Okay, what a joke.
he was. I'm sorry. He also did hide his face. I mean, if we're being honest, he's not the most like facially gifted person, but.
Wow, that's a nice way of saying he's ugly, honey. Then what were you doing with this guy? Oh, jeez. Oh, he had money. He bought me nice stuff. He took me to fancy places. And, he had materialistic adventures every time we were together. So, yeah, it was fun in that sense. Got it. He spent money on you and bought you crap. So you're a hoa. Got it.
Yeah.
It like piqued your interest. Like, I have to know what this guy looks like. If he's like a 0 out of 10 troglodyte or like really handsome but shy, is that the gist?
Yeah, I guess so. And I.
No. I love how he's trying to sweep for these broads and on their behalf try to present alternate reasons for getting with him against all odds and against all the red flags. He's trying to sweep for these chicks. What a simp you are, Joshua Moon. What a loser.
Did figure out who he was like very quickly after matching, so.
Okay. So I guess after you guys matched, how long was it before you're like, I have to figure out this guy's dating history? Let me check his Instagram.
It was during when the whole Ellie scenario started happening, when I started getting suspicious. And I looked through everything, and he had told me that he had like flown out some girls before. So I started being like, this is very interesting, and I started looking.
Why would he tell you that? I would. Oh boy, this guy doesn't know anything about women. I mean, Joshua Moon doesn't know anything about women either, but boy, oh boy, Turkey Tom, what are you doing? I like to fly a woman out to my compound. House he rents, because he's too poor to buy a house, but apparently he's a millionaire.
And his following, and I found all these like e-girls. I actually saw Katie, and I even asked him about Katie, and he was like, oh, that was just like some girl that I dated or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fascinating.
But so he's trying to hide his identity. Sorry, were you guys like near each other, or was this a long distance thing? Because he's in Maine, but you're in Texas, right?
Actually, so to clarify that, he moved to Texas about a week before we matched on Tinder. And he's still in Texas right now.
Okay, so he moved from, that's a long move, from Maine to Texas,
Yeah.
and then is like, okay, I gotta get into the Tinder scene right away. I gotta establish roots here. Meet you. And then if he's trying to hide his career and like his identity, why did he like add you on social media from his like Turkey Tom accounts?
That was after I figured out who he was. I figured out who he was like maybe like
Turkey Tom ain't trying to hide nothing. I guarantee you there's something in his Tinder profile that allows you to very easily identify who he is and what he does for a living. That's the only way women are matching with him on Tinder, because the dude's 5'8" and he's hideous. Come on!
during our first date. So, yeah.
How?
Because this is kind of a funny story, but he was living in like a literal mansion. And
yeah, see, I called it, right? She checked out who he was before they even went out on a date, and he gave her the information she needed via Tinder or via Instagram or something that allowed her to do that. Yeah, so she knew he was loaded before they even went out. Yeah.
So I pulled up and I was like, what the hell? And I kind of was like really suspicious about him. And then I saw that he had like a bunch of Turkey Tom like merchandise everywhere. And I was like, okay,
no.
It's like, I know who you are.
Yeah, Turkey Tom is not trying to keep anything on the down low, either about his sexual preferences, orientation, or who and what he is. It's all like a humble brag kind of thing. He's trying to pretend that he's trying to hide who he is, but he's giving these women all they need to find out who he is, and he knows that they're going to use whatever tidbits information he gives them to find out who he is, because that's the only way he can get abroad.
She found the Turkey Tom plush box in the closet and looked him up. Is that what it was? He has like a box of these in the closet, right? Of like unsold plushies?
Yeah.
Probably had to do with them talking on Instagram, and she looked him up on Instagram, and he's got a bunch of posts on Instagram. And, I mean, come on. There was something via social media that allowed her to find out who he was pretty easily.
Yeah, he had like Turkey Tom stickers and like various like stop gooning and all of his like merch. His
Stop gooning this guy? It's crazy.
His room was such a mess. He would just have like shit thrown about. So that's how I kind of saw everything.
Yeah.
I wish I had a full picture I could share of this. Don't try to do it because you might mess up the call. But your avatar on Discord is just a picture of you with like your hat pulled down, and the hat is the Stop Gooning hat. Like it's like a Trump hat with all impact Stop Gooning, which is very apropos.
One of the world's biggest gooners telling other people not to goon. Yeah.
But so that's so funny. Like he's like, okay, I have to conceal who I am because I don't want these women to find out about my internet empire.
That's an act. He's not trying to conceal anything. He's trying to look like he's trying to conceal. All right. So people don't, say to him, "That's yeah." He's trying to keep it low key, so it's not obvious that he's has to use his fame and fortune to get broads. Yeah, which is the case.
And then he just leaves the Turkey Tom plushies and stickers like scattered around his room.
5'8".
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting.
How did you? Because the forum we don't have like a really good search prominence anymore because Google has like taken us down a bunch in terms of prominence. How did you go from no?
That has to do with the fact that your site is stagnating. It doesn't get new members. You're bleeding old members. The only people who are on Kiwi Farms are people who have been there forever. And nobody new wants to join because you scare off new members, okay? So, yeah, that's part of the problem. Nobody's going there anymore.
About Turkey Tom, the YouTuber, defining the forum.
I believe I was just looking up like his real name and also like Turkey Tom cheating. I think that's how it came up.
That's so funny that you're just like normie searching like, okay, does Turkey Tom cheat? And there's just like this forum thread about it because of.
I love how this guy's simping. Further trying to imply that these normal broads, these are not normal broads. Okay, if they were normal, they wouldn't date Turkey Tom ever, let alone for any period of time. This chick that's talking now dated him for 7 months. She can't possibly be normal.
Of Kai. Okay, so you told him on the first date that you had already figured out who he is, and he didn't just like immediately like cut contact there. Like,
no, he wanted her to know who he was. Okay, it's the only way he can get broads and get laid. Okay, he just doesn't want him to look any deeper than that and into the degen stuff. All right, into his personal life. He just wants him to know he's famous and has money and success. But don't look into me any further. All right.
Oh.
No, he continued to talk to me. I mean, obviously we dated for like 7 months after that. So yeah, he knew that I knew who he was at that point. But
okay, so I'm starting to get burned out on this. Yeah, I can only do so much. I'm at an hour 30 now. I'm old. What do you want? I've had a stroke, heart attack. This is enough. I will continue where I left off on my next live stream. So it seems like Turkey Tom, he's pissed off some broads, man. He's pissed off a lot of chicks. Yeah. He wants to still be able to use his fame and the fortune that he's built from that fame to be able to draw in hotties, to try and be able to draw in the baddies, the good-looking broads, and at the same time, he doesn't want to have to suffer any of the consequences of continuing to pump and dump these borderline chicks who he must realize are going to go online and complain, maybe cause him trouble in the future. So, yeah, you know, I want him to find out who I am so that way I can get the easy access, but I don't look any deeper. As if they're not going to look deeper. You tell them not to look deeper, they're definitely going to look deeper, you dummy. But anyway, let me know what you think. Do you think that everything these broads are saying, you think everything they're saying is true? Do you think they're exaggerating, maybe? Do you think they're just taking stuff that is, rather low-key, not a big deal, and, hyperbolically, exaggerating, adding on to it, and making it seem like a bigger deal than it actually is? Or do you take what they're saying at face value and think that Tom is really this big a degen nut job? What do I think? I think that Tom is definitely a degen. I think he's got the very BPD that he's accusing these broads of having, because like attracts like, and if the dude keeps getting with these type of broads, these attention and validation-seeking hoes, which are most modern women these days. One could argue that most modern Western women are BPD, but anyway, that you yourself are probably just projecting and have the very problems that you're accusing these broads of having, because then, again, like attracts like. But let me know what you think in the comments of Tom. Like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell. Leave a comment. It's always good for the algo. And on that note, I'm out of here. I am the Realist Philosopher, and I wish you all a good and pleasant day. Until next time, take care.